Hello guys, myself Madhupriya VS, studying in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering from the Department of ECE, Electronics and Communication of Engineering. Subject Applied Chemistry for ECE stream. Today I am going to introduce about the corrosion. Types of corrosion, classification of corrosion. Introduction. Definition of corrosion. Corrosion is defined as the destruction of metals or alloy by surrounding environment through chemical or electrochemical changes. The chemical composition of rust is Fe2O3X moles to H2O. Classification of corrosion. Based on the environment, corrosion is classified into first, dry or chemical corrosion, second, wet or electrochemical corrosion. First, dry or chemical corrosion. Dry corrosion is also known as oxidation, is a chemical attack one metal by gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide. The reaction results in the formation of an oxide layer on the surface of the material. Example, silver material undergo chemical corrosion by atmospheric H2S gas. Iron metal undergo chemical corrosion by HCl gas. Second, wet or electrochemical corrosion. A corrosion reaction that occurs when a metal comes into contact with a liquid such as water, salt, acids or bases. Wet corrosion is fastly than dry corrosion because the metal can lose electrons to form ions in water. Electrochemical corrosion, a process that involves a series of electrochemical cells developing on the metal. Example, rusting of iron. Second, corrosion in pipes in plumbing systems. Electrochemical theory, taking iron as an example. According to electrochemical theory, when a metal such as iron is exposed to corrosive environment, following changes occurs. A large number of tiny galvanic cells with anodic and cathodic regions are formed as shown in figure. Reaction at anodic region. Fe. Iron gives ferrous plus 2e minus electrons. Reaction at cathodic region. Liberation of hydrogen. In acidic medium, the reaction is 2H plus 2E minus gives H2. In neutral or alkaline medium, 2H2O plus 2E minus gives H2. Absorption of oxygen. In acidic medium, the reaction is 4H plus O2 plus 4E minus gives 2H2O. In neutral or alkaline medium, the reaction is 2H2O plus O2 plus 4E minus gives 4OH. Overall reaction Fe plus of O2 plus H2O gives FeOH2. Types of corrosion. There are two types of corrosion. They are first, differential metal corrosion. Second, differential erosion corrosion. We can move on to first, differential metal corrosion. This corrosion occurs when two dissimilar metals are in contact with each other and exposed to corrosion environment. The metal with lower electrode potential acts as anode, undergo oxidation and get corroded. The metal with high electrode potential acts as cathode, undergo reduction and prevents from the oxidation. At anode, H2 plus 2E minus gives H2. At cathode, 2H2O plus O2 plus 4E minus gives 4OH. Example, tin coating copper vessel. Second, steel pipe connected to copper plumbing. Second, differential erosion corrosion. When a metal is exposed to different concentration of air or oxygen, part of the metal exposed to lower concentration of oxygen becomes anodic and undergo corrosion, whereas other part of the metal exposed to higher concentration of oxygen becomes cathodic and remain unaffected. This kind of corrosion is called as differential erosion corrosion. Example, part of the nail inside the wall undergoes corrosion. Second, partially filled iron tank undergoes corrosion inside the water. Next, move on to the topic. Typical example of differential erosion corrosion. They are first, waterline corrosion. Second, pitting corrosion. We can move on to first, waterline corrosion. It is observed in steel or iron Water tank filled with water. When a steel tank is partially filled with water for a long time, the inner portion of the tank below the water line is exposed only to dissolved oxygen, whereas the portion above the water line is exposed to more oxygen. Thus, upper portion act as cathode and is unaffected. We can see in the figure. The cell reaction are at anode, M gives Mn plus Ne minus. At cathode, 2H2O plus O2 plus 4E minus gives 4OH minus. Finally, the ions combine to form corrosion product. Example, ships which remains partially immersed in seawater for a long time undergo water line corrosion. Next, move on to the last topic of corrosion, that is pitting corrosion. This type of corrosion is observed when dust particles or oil drops deposited over the surface metal. Pitting corrosion is due to metal surface is not homogeneous, external environment is not homogeneous, crystallography direction are not equal in the reactivity, environment are not uniform with respect to concentration. Pitting corrosion results when the portion of the metal is covered by dust which is less created becomes anodic and undergoes corrosion, and from pit the remaining area of the metal which is exposed to higher concentration of oxygen becomes cathodic and remaining is unaffected. The cell reaction are at anode Fe gives Fe2 plus 2E minus, at cathode of O2 plus H2O plus 2E minus gives 2OH minus. Thank you for watching my channel.